everyone, and thank you for watching my new video. I'm Marjolein, I'm a fluid artist from the Netherlands, and from my art studio I would like to show you what I do. And I can show you already there is a lot of sweat here because it's really hot here today. It's a really hot day here in the Netherlands. Outside it's 30 degrees and inside I think it's 100 degrees or something. It's really hot. What I'm going to do today, it will almost be the same as I did last week. This was the painting that I did last week. You can see here it was my biggest one that I ever did. How I made this painting you can see there. But I have a lot of leftover paints because I mixed a lot and I really had no idea how much paint that I will need for a big canvas like this. I love it, I really love it, but there are too many colors in it. So I will not use blue violet from Liquitex and I will not use the pearl violet from Amsterdam. And I think I will use all the other colors, but I will use more white and more black in this one. So it's almost the same but different. I made a few paintings before and I will show you that also. Because I am so in love with this one. This is up to now my best painting that I made. And I really love the idea that there are only two colors in this one. Black, white and two colors. And how I made this painting you can see there. I really love this, my favorite painting. So I will do almost the same for this one. But there is also another problem. I'm all out of Cellactivator. So in this video I will also show you how I make my Cellactivator. The bottles are empty. Black and the white. The black and the white, they are both empty. So I will make new ones and I will show you all in this video. And if you are not a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel. And I see you over there. I put on my apron and let's start with making my Cellactivator. It's really simple. You only need paint. I use the titanium white and the oxide black from Amsterdam and the Australian floatroll, and I mix it and I will show you over there what you need. It's really simple. So let's make new Cellactivator. Let's go over there. So, and I already did the drip test, so the paint is all the same consistency. But I need my Cellactivator, of course. Also, I cannot swipe. So let's make some room here. Oh, I love those colors. I really love them. Let's see. This is my Australian floatroll. It's from Floatroll and it's from Australia. That's why it's called Australian floatroll. The recipe of this floatroll is a little bit different, and I think that's because it's a really different weather or really different climate in Australia. So they add something to the floatroll, and it's a secret. I think no one knows what they add. But though this floatroll reacts on the other floatroll that I use in my colors, so you get that swipe, that lacing effect, what I really like. So that's, and I don't know why it's magic. It's still magic. Let's see. Let's grab some clean cups. Stay there. Oh, I have a new one there. Let's use that because when I use white, it must be clean. Everything must be clean. So I have a new cup here. It's from the yogurt. I love those. There is a lid on it, and that's there. But I do not use the lid now. That's the second time. The recipe for the Cellactivator is really simple. 1 part paint and 3 parts Australian floatroll. So let's start with the paint. I use the white, the titanium white from Amsterdam, and it's somewhere here. And it's really important that you use the Amsterdam brand paint because the other paints do not work. So do not work. And titanium white, not the other white. This is the opaque white. Let's see, 1 part, and I use, this is 500 milliliters. We are in the Netherlands, we count with milliliters. This is 500 milliliters, and this big bottle is also 500 milliliters. So if it fits in here, it also fits in there. And for that I use my measuring cup. This measuring cup is 100 milliliters and I use 1 part paint and 3 parts floatroll, so that will be 400 milliliters. So it will fit in here, and if it fits in here, it will also fit in there. 1 part paint. So I will scoop it out with my big spoon. I will scoop it in. Yeah, and I know it's much easier to first use the floatroll and then the paint, but I always think about it when I'm done. So one part, and it doesn't matter if you use a bigger part, if all the parts are the same parts. You know what I mean? You can fill a smaller measuring cup, but use one part and 3 parts. It is completely full now. Look, perfect. And let's scoop it in here. And I will use my popsicle sticks here. So this is the 1 part paint. And now I'm using 3 parts of the Australian float roll. It's in here, it's almost empty, but there is enough. And I never get it open. Yes, it is open. 3 parts of the Australian float roll. 1, 2, and 3. Ooh. And this float roll is thinner than the float roll that I use. I use the Houdoe float roll for the colors, and this is thinner, much thinner. So I will stir this for about 4 minutes. So let's speed it up. So, and this is done already, and because this float roll is thinner than the other float roll, I do not use water in this one. This is already the perfect consistency. And this is also the same consistency as all the colors that I use. I really love this. So let's use a funnel and pour it in my squeeze bottle. Now the choice is really big or really small this time. So let's use the biggest one. This one's really small. And I will pour this Cellactivator in my squeeze bottle. Make sure your cup is empty, because this stuff is really expensive. So do you not want to waste any drop? Look, perfect. And you can see it's really simple. And I can use this bottle for, I think, a year. So let's screw the, what is it? Dop. The dop, it's Dutch. And I will shake it a little bit. And now I have a full bottle of new Cellactivator. I'm always so happy when I have new Cellactivator. And I do not have to order more float roll. This is so expensive. Done. And let's make the black one. It's exactly the same, but I will use a smaller measuring cup, because this is a smaller bottle, of course. And there is, I think, enough for this one. This is one. And a clean cup again. Let's use this one. Is it big enough? I think. This one is 550 milliliters and this is 200. So that must be perfect. And for that I use my Oxide Black. And this one is almost empty and there is white paint in it. I don't know why. Let's see, let's scoop only the black and not that white part in there. Ooh. It's almost empty. I have to order more black, and I always order big jars. Sometimes a smaller jar is cheaper. When you buy two smaller jars, this is 100, this is 1000 milliliters, and the small ones are 500. Sometimes two smaller ones is cheaper than one big one, so you have to really look for the prices. Perfect. Will that fit in here? I'm not sure. That will never fit, right? This is 50, 150. No, I think it's better to pick a bigger. Let's use this one. is really full. This is a little bit more than 550 milliliters. So I will add a little bit more of the Floetrol. Woo! 2. But I have more, but that was... I have more. I have more, but I thought it was enough. So this is a really special moment for me. My first bottle of Australian Floetrol is now empty. I think I bought this in 2022, I think. So it's 3 years. I have this bottle 3 years on my shelf and now it's empty. So that's a good thing that I will use it a lot, but now it's really sad that I have to buy more. I have more, but those I have only small. I will show you. Look, I have more. I ordered a lot to sell on my website for my European customers, because it's really hard to ship this to outside Europe. But I want to buy for myself a bigger one, but now I have to use one of those. Look, and compared to this one is really small. Look how cute it is. So I will have to use this one. But they will be on my website and they are from Australia. I bought them directly from Australia, so they are... This is Australian Floetrol from Australia. It came with the Australian mail, so it's really authentic. Let's use this small one then, because I have to make my Cellactivator. Oh, this is so cute. I add 2. This is the 3rd. A little bit extra. So let's see. Oh, I think I will keep this one forever. This is my first Floetrol, and I don't know. It's really special for me. I know I'm weird. It's special. This all started with this one. My swiping career. And my fantasy swipe and everything started. This was the best thing that I ever bought in my life. Now, let's stir this also for 5 minutes. No, not 5 minutes, 3-4 minutes. But I will speed this up for you. Done. And I think it's a good thing that I used the big funnel for that bottle, so I can use my smaller funnel for this bottle. I hope it will fit in there. Let's see. Oh, this is not really handy. Let's not waste anything. It's completely full. So, and let's shake it a little bit, because there was a little bit left from my last batch. Alright, and I'm done. I made 2 Cellactivators and I think it took me 10 minutes. Here somewhere. I will display it here. Look. Oh, my Floetrol. Can you see it there? Oh, that's really weird. So, and this is everything that I will use in this painting. And let's see. Let's start with the colors. I used 3 colors of purple. You can see here. This is the Dioxin Purple from Liquitex. This one is the Brilliant Purple from Liquitex. And this one is the pale violet from Winsor and Newton, and I'm using the metallic color. This one, it is the copper from Amsterdam, and I use my Cloudmix. You can see here the recipe of this Cloudmix is in the description. I use Liquitex gloss medium, and I use my Oatral Floetrol paint. And this is the satin enamels I use to make this Cloudmix. You can read it, you can find it in the description. And I'm using black, it's the Oxide Black from Amsterdam. All those colors are mixed with my Oatral Floetrol. 1 part paint, 2 part Oatral Floetrol and 2 part water. And you get this consistency you can see here. I really love to work with this consistency. It's perfect for the fantasy swiping that I will do in this video. I mixed, this is so small. You saw that I just made those 2 Cellactivators, the black one and the white one. Titanium, white, oxide, black. 1 part paint and 3 parts Australian Floetrol. It's this one. It's with a red label. This is a really small one. And of course I'm using my spray paint. And this is my spray paint that I will use. This is the Gold Deco Spray, Chrome Deco Spray from the Action here in the Netherlands. This works for me the best. So I will use that in this painting. And that's the canvas that I will use. It's 40 by 60 centimeters. So let's start. I will prep my canvas first now, and I have a new full video of how I prep my canvas. You can find it there. So I will speed this one up. Prepped and done, and it sounds like a drum, so it's perfect. So everything is prepped now. It's time to take a short break. It's really hot here, so I will drink some water, and I'll see you in a bit. So I'm hydrated, and let's start with this painting. And I will put this a little bit down. There you can see the complete canvas, and I have to put on that camera. So let's see if this is, yes, you can see the whole canvas. That's perfect. Let's go over there. It's really high. My SD card. So I think last time when I did the other painting, I used too much colors. So I will start only with black, white and a little bit of that dark purple, because I will use my black Cellactivator. There must be black in there because I want to swipe, start in the black with my black, so you get the swipe out of nothing ID. So let's use both, but not too much of this purple and this purple. Only 2, I think I will make 2 or 3 puddles with this, and all the others it will be the darker color and the white. So let's start with making the puddles, the black one, the white one and the dark purple one, the dioxin purple. This one is really dark and it will dry almost black, but with a little bit, a hint of purple in it. So that's, I think that's a really nice addition. Oh, there's something in my paint, and there are a lot of air bubbles in it because I mixed it a few days ago, more than a week ago, but I add some water because this one was really thick. So that's why my torch, that's why I use my torch. This torch is weird. It stays on a little bit longer. Alright, let's start with white puddles. And this is the Cloudmix, and I will make a video where I show you what's the difference between Cloudmix white and normal white. I think you will be amazed. But you can use, if you do not have the satin enamels, you can use white. It's also possible. And here is the black. That was a big puddle. And you can see already what the Cloudmix is doing, and I will show you. Okay, you can see the transition between the black and the white. You can see it's a little bit soft there. That's what the Cloudmix do. It evens up a little bit the black pigment, I think. But it is not so much with those two colors. So the black and the white really really reacts on each other. You can see it there. That's not happened when you use normal white. Some more black. Now I will add the colors now. A little bit here. And a small one here. And this color here and here. Oh, and I have to use my torch. There is so much air bubbles in it. So add a little bit black here because I want more black. The other one was too much colors. So let's use some black. That's more black. I think this is the perfect amount. Let's use a torch because there are a lot of air bubbles, and maybe I can show you. You can see what I mean with air bubbles and what the torch do. Look, there are a lot of air bubbles, and when I use my torch you can see them. Look, they are disappeared. You can see it there and there. Gone. That's perfect. I love my torch. And after the popping comes the dropping. Maybe you know it. When I'm done with the torch, I let my canvas drop just a little bit, so all the other air bubbles there are underneath the paint come up, and then they will pop. I think most of the air bubbles are out. And now you can check for hairs or other stuff. I think there is a hair. Sure. No, I don't think so. That was a hair. Let's see. And now alright, and now I will use my big palette knife. And I swipe through those colors. So I use a palette knife that is bigger than the puddles. Bigger than the puddles. Look, this is, so I can cover up this lighter color of purple with my Cellactivator. So you can only see it through the cells, the colors. It's really nice when you have a really, that color red and orange was really popping out. This is more blended in, but I think it will be looking nice. Maybe I will use one with white Cellactivator. Yeah, let's do that. I can see the difference. This one, I will swipe this puddle with the black. You can see there, this one with the black. And this one I will swipe with white. So I start in this puddle white and I swipe that way. And here I will start in the black and I will swipe. Maybe I'll swipe this way. I will start here in this black. That's the first thing that I do. So I will use my freshly made new Cellactivator on my palette knife. You can see here a thin layer. This is a really relaxing moment. Feel this complete back of the palette knife. And I recently filmed the wrong side of the palette knife. That was really stupid. It's in my blooper video. There are a lot of blooper videos on my YouTube channel. Alright, let's start in this black. I love this black color. Yes. Look here, you can see my palette knife. It's completely filled with my freshly made Cellactivator. And I will start here in this black. And I will try to cover up this complete puddle of that purple. And a little bit, it's not, look, there is a little bit left there, but I'll swipe a little bit through this white. And I forgot everything. Look. I forgot everything in this one. I think it's the heat. I forgot to add my bronze. I forgot to add my spray paint. That's really stupid of me. What can I do? Can I fix this? Yes, I will fix this. I will add it now. Oh no, you can see what. It's also an experiment. Why am I forgetting this? It's really stupid. I will swipe again. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. Let's use my... What was I thinking? This looks nice though. Maybe I will not use my... I am so stupid. Let's not use the spray paint in this one. No, let's not use the spray paint in this one. And I will use a smaller palette knife. Ah, that's so stupid. And where is my favorite palette knife? Everything goes wrong today. It's really hot here, so maybe that's why. But this looks really nice. That's a fact. Here it is. Let's see, let's use some black again. Why isn't this going to be the way that I want? But that's all, that's fluid art. So I can scrape it up, but there's a lot of paint wasted then. So let's try to make the best of it. And I will not use this spray paint then. But maybe next time. All right, let's swipe through this black. This will be very weird. I will start, no, this is really weird. How do I hold my palette knife? Let's see, let's start. Oh, this is not good. I had to make that really weird turn there. Look at that. That's pretty. That is so pretty. Look there. Whoa, that's really nice. Whoa, pretty. Pretty. Oh, I think it's a good idea to forget it. Wow, that's pretty. So let's do that same thing on the other side, but with the white. So first I will use my big palette knife and make it clean. Use everything that you have here to clean it. No. And I will use my torch one more time because the white, there's really so much bubbles in the white. So let's use my freshly made new white Cellactivator and start there. Here I swipe from this way, then I will swipe from there to there. Yes. Look, this is perfect. So I will swipe, I will make some room here because I need a lot of room for my hands and my arms and everything. I will film it with that camera, you can see it there. It's really hard to make this move. I'll start here in this white. And I swipe through this big puddle here. Ooh, I love this. You get this really nice lines in the middle. I love that. Look at that. Oh, I will do the same thing with that purple here again, with that bronze. That was really special. And I did that also a little bit with this. A bit of this here. And a little bit of this. Ooh, let's make this work. And I will start in the white, so I will use my white Cellactivator. Look, the white Cellactivator, and I start here in this dioxin purple. Why? I was telling you that I will start in the white, but it's hot. I think that's the problem. And I will go through here. I'll make this. I'm not sure this is the best idea, but we will see. Look at that. Look at here. Look there. That's pretty. Whoa. There is a lot of white there. I love that color combination. I will do the same, but now I will use my black Cellactivator and I start in the black there, and I will swipe a little bit through there. Ooh, this is a really hard one. This one is really hard to... Let's see. I will start here in the colors. I don't know what plans changed. I want more color here. So let's stretch this one out and see what will happen. I really don't know. There's a lot of white there. And I love this part. And I love this part. I'll show you. Maybe I can show you the close-up now. Look, this is how it looks now. And I love this here, this bronze. I really love it. And it swipes there. I love this part. But this, I love this. These colors. I love those colors there. Wait, let's zoom out a little bit. I don't love this part here. This I don't like. This I love, this not. And this is weird. So let's see what will happen when it's stretched out. Maybe it will turn out amazing. Let's see. It's really thin paint. Swipe. Let's move it a little bit like that to that side there. And then let's go back. Oh, then I get really big cells there in the middle. And I usually have to think about the gold spray paint that is not dripping, but now there's no gold spray paint. And I think I will not stretch this one anymore. I will make this part, this is black, so I can make this corner black, and that corner I can also make black, so I do not have to stretch to that corner, because otherwise the cells are really squished together. So let's fix this corner, and I think it looks amazing. Those parts that I didn't like, they are on my table there. So that's perfect. And those cells, they are so big. So let's fix the corners and then I can show you. Great. So I just add a little bit black here, and I can use my steering stick to move it a little bit and over the sides, so the sides are covered. That's when you make a big puddle pour, those puddles are mostly the same color, so you can fix it much easier. So when you made a ring pour or something, then the sides are all the colors, but this corner is completely black, so that's much easier. So when you make a painting, make sure you have some paint left. You not empty all your bottles, so you can use afterwards to fix the corners and the sides. I love it. This is pretty. I love this one. This is amazing. Looks like a drip cake. That looks really nice. I will show you the close-up. So look at this big swipe there, and those cells really growing. And that purple is just an amazing color. And there is a little bit a darker color purple there with just a little small lines. But I love that it is dark, but when you look at it, there is some things happening there. You can see the black swipe on the black dark colors. And this swipe's also perfect there. That line really goes to the other side there. And that bronze. And look at this. And I really love that. There is a light purple there on the black. Love it. So I will let this one dry and I will show you the dry result after this. And I am so in love with this one. I love it. That swiping, and look, oh here. I love that there is some white and purple, and there you can see the dioxin purple. I love this one. I will cover this one up and I will show you. I will be back for you in a few days. Whew, love it. So my painting is finally dry. It took a bit longer than was expected, and that's why this video wasn't online this week, but next week. So let's remove the food cover of this piece, and I will do that on my table so you can see it. And it's really heavy. Ooh, look. Let's see. Ooh. Here it is. My curtain. Let's see, let's remove the tape and then I can remove the cover. And it's much better to work with two hands. So let's do this with two hands. And it looks amazing. I can already see it. Alright. And what do they say when you are at a restaurant? They say, décolleté. Let's see. Whoa. And I already told you that the dioxin purple dries really dark and it looks almost black, but with just a little hint of purple. I love it. And there is something that's weird that's here, but I can fix that. But I will show you the close-up and I can tell you what's weird. There is something weird, but no flies. Perfect. Look, this is how it looks, and look at this here. This part here is so amazing. Look, those cells, look at the close-up. They are just perfect. And those cells are really grow big. And you can see the webbing here, but it's really grow very big. And this is because it was a little bit drying, and then it goes over the edge, and then it will pull back the paint, and then it will crack here a little bit. But I can paint over this. You can see it here also. But it's not a problem. I can fix that. And look, this is the black that I told you. It is black, but you can still see a little bit of the webbing there. And this line I love. I love when there is a line there. I love this one. It's perfect. The corner is black. I love this one. I love this one. So let's look, this is what happens. It's stuck to the push pins because the paint runs down on the push pins, and then it goes on this puppy pad, so it will stuck there. But it's okay. I love it. You can see it here. It's beautiful. I will show you a little bit close. There is no room in my art studio, and now this thing is here also. So let's remove the pin here, and then it will. You look, it's collapsed so easy. Let's see. And everything is full. What? My art studio is completely full now. I've been busy on a few projects at the same time. You can see there I resined that one, so it's hanging there, and I really love it. But it needs another coat of resin, so that's why it's hanging there. And there are some things here. I made jewelry last week because there was no room on my table, so I made jewelry. So everything is here for the jewelry stuff, things, and the resin, and it's full here. But I really love this one, and I think I will hang it like this. I love it. And it was not supposed to be like this because I was planning to also add the gold spray paint, but I forgot that you saw that in the video, and I forgot to add the bronze, so I added later, and I think it looks amazing. In this swipe there is no bronze, but in this swipe there is just a little bit. I love this one, and if you love my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you next time. And as I always say in Dutch, Houdoe!